Hey, what's up, everyone? Rinku from Guard here. We had to take a little break, so that's why we were gone for a little while. But I am here with you guys today to show off some decks. I've been wanting to do some deck profiles for a while, and I've been prepping a little bit, and I finally got what I feel I would like to do. So today, we're going to be doing a deck profile on Premium Blasters. So, we will get started. We're going to start off with the grade 3s. Make things a little smoother. I play 4 of the Alfred early for the simple fact is, whenever you get your Blaster Blades into the soul, or if you have some in your hand that you really don't want to just randomly call, this can actually support by giving you like a 1-for-1, so to speak, or like a 2-for-1, trying to replace some resources, and it also calls, to the rear guard and gives you more power, and the Force Gift. There's a couple other things in the deck that I'll be showing off a little later. Alright, the next 2 is 2 of the V-Series King of Knights Alfred. Unless I'm going first and I ride into this, it's just a benefit for like the Alfred name and the additional power from whenever I stride. A lot of people will probably say, why are you playing these? I'm playing these so that way I don't deck out, and with Imaginary Gift, it becomes really big really quick. 26, 36, even 51,000. It's going to be pretty difficult for you to try to guard this.
Unless you're OTT.
Alright, yeah. Going into grade 2s, we play I believe to be a staple in a lot of blaster builds for premium, the Tartus. Tarna is so good. There's just so many things that you can do with Tarna. I mean, emptying your deck out, deck thinning is deck winning in my book. I'm really a big fan of deck thinning, and this card definitely helps. And not to mention, you get to just kind of break the rules of the game and ride more than one grade 3 in a turn, which I've angered a lot of people with this, with the prototype build. I play 1 of the Mithril just for that backup, so that way there I have another linchpin to get to the Tarna and give me more options and speed up what the deck's supposed to do. I play 2 of the People of Light and Darkness Lu. I've seen people taking these out more and more, but I still feel like I feel like I want to play 2, and I feel that you still need to, because it's with Blaster Blade being 10k now in premium, it makes it so you hit any Vanguards that are 13k. So 4 stacks you don't really have to worry too much about, especially when you can hit. As long as you can get at least 1 card from their hand, Lu's doing his job. And then we play the obvious 4 Blaster Blade. I mean, there's just really no question about it. Once this new Blaster Blade came out, I believe it made the premium version of this deck just so much more viable. Alright, now moving on to grade 1s. We want to keep striding. We don't really want to discard too many of our grade 3s, so we play 4 of the Laurel Knight Silicis. Just to, keep up the striding. You don't want to not be able to stride in a turn, because then there's a possibility that you can lose a lot of card advantage. I play 4 of the Marin. It's probably going to change with a little more playtesting. I've been playtesting a lot against Premium OTT, and that deck has a much higher ceiling to kill you than this one. But I still want to play at least 2 to 3 of the little Marin, because it just, all those counterblasts that you don't need later game, this can just turn it into a +1 and or 1-for-1 even, and boost itself. And then we play 4 Barkle, because it's not blasters without Blaster Friend Barkle. Replenish your counterblasts, and yeah. Now this is something else that some people are probably going to see weird, but I play 2 of the Maiden of Divine Springs. Honestly, one of the best perfect guards in the game, behind the ZTV one and Aeroslass. I mean, this card is so good. It's the 1-card perfect guard, and you're guaranteed to pretty much have the ability to do it all the time as long as you have a Blaster or Alfred as Vanguard. Now here's one of the texts that I've actually I saw this in my stuff, and I was like, all right, well, we're gonna try this out. I haven't gotten to play test it yet, but I'm hoping I do. We are playing the starter from like a long time ago for Alfred, and this is basically another Targa. Another Tarna. So I'm essentially playing, like 6 to 7 copies of Tarna. So yeah, I mean, if you're going first, this is a lot more optimal. You can, ride. If you have a couple Tarnas in your hand, you call them, and then you can just use this, get another card from your deck, and another card from your deck in the form of calling Tarna, and then Tarna skill getting an Alfred out. And I had to read this over and over again, and I also had to read Tarna over and over again just to make sure that I wasn't reading them wrong. Where Tarna can only be used from hand, and no, it works from the deck too. So this card is insane. And then for the rest of the trigger lineup, playing one stand mainly because it goes back into the deck, and it can also again make any of your units that are 10k hit those force grade 3s on the Vanguard, and even on the rear guard if you really need to punch rear guards. But most of the time you just want to attack a Vanguard. And then 2 of the Flash Shield Assault draw triggers. Depending on how playtesting goes, I may change these to 2 more of the Maiden of Divine Springs. Just, because, even though it's a grade 1, it's still really good. And I would probably rather play, like, 2 regular draw triggers. But, again, it just relies on, like, playtesting. And then 4 of the Yggdrasil Maiden Elaine. Definitely have to have 4 heals, especially in premium. Almost every deck's going to play these. 20k shield is insane. It's more than a good amount of G guards can do. Aside from OTT, which can basically have a 25k shield. You can turn all their heals into 25k shields. And I play 1 Epona, 4 Floral Paladin Flogel, and then 4 regular Flogel. 9 crit seems to be like what I would want to do, because I want to try to crit my opponent out of the game as quickly as possible. That's usually my mindset, especially when going into like tournaments that are best of 1. Getting 2 or 3 crits on a drive check is pretty devastating, and then be able to restand a rear guard with Flogel, Blaster Blade. The deck doesn't really run out of resources too much, and that's why I play a couple things that try to replenish them and, try to make sure that I can get like a kill combo off as often as possible. Then moving on to the G zone. I'm probably going to get a lot of crap for this too, but it's fine. I don't care. I play not 1, not 2, but 3 Gancelot Holy Sabers. I think this card is way too good, in my own personal opinion, to play less than 3 of. Unless you want to make room for other stuff. Other than that, I believe that you should be playing more. You should be playing more, just because it's... a quad drive and a free counter charge for literally nothing. Like it's and you're making up the extra card you give up for striding. If they ever make a grade 1 that makes it so you can stride a unit in Royal Paladins for nothing, that'd be stupid. That'll be the day that this deck is probably be my favorite deck. And then we play 2 Aerial Divine Knight Outmile. Just again, this is another way to get out some grade 2s. Thinning the deck out, and it can also make again all of your 10Ks in your front row on your rear guard circle hit those force units. And with that, I believe consistency is definitely key. As far as that goes, because the more clans that we get, as far as premium goes, and the more that are force, the more grade 3s you're going to see with 13k base. Then we play the 1 Holy Beast, Divine Mask Gull, packing 1 of the great flashy salts. It's still a pretty good card, unless you're going up against Hogger, then they're just going to kill all your stuff. But it's not really that often. And then 2 Little Sage Marin. These turns all of your 10k grade 1s in your deck into 15k shields for just 1 Soul Blast. So most of those numbers that you couldn't normally guard, now you can. I know I'm going a little off track, but it's fine, because I like to do things randomly. There's also an Ultima, but that is actually off to the side in another deck for playtesting right now. So Ultimate is included. So when you guys are watching this video, you're only going to see 15 cards in the G Zone. But when in fact there is 16, the Ultimate, like I said, is just in another deck right now. And then just for those off chances that you go against any kind of Link Joker matchup, the two Transmigratorial Dragon, Holy Squire Dragon. Wow, that's a tongue twister. And I know there's not a lot of cards in here that are fully blinged out. I'm still looking for two of those for the whole like SP thing. And then for the final strides, we play 4 of the Divine Night King Alfred Holy Saver. I don't know what to say. I mean, once this deck came out, like once the Aichi Legend deck came out, I already knew that this stuff was going to be good for quite a while. And it did. Like, a lot of it maintained value, and also it maintained a lot of play value. I'm not really too concerned with monetary value. I'm concerned with play value. I do enjoy playing the game a lot. I really do like going to other places, but most of the time, anyone that's met me in person, they know that I concentrate more on getting the stuff that I need rather than playing, and the main fact is so that way I have a higher quality of play value. And if I don't have the things that I'm comfortable with, I won't play. And I know that's kind of childish, and I agree, it is. However, that's just how I've always been. With every card game that I've ever played, and anybody that has known me for more than 6 years they've seen that too. They know that I'm very consistent when it comes to having high quality for play value. But, yeah, so that is the profile for Premium Blasters. If you guys have any questions or, suggestions, please leave them in the comment section. I will say one more thing before we go, that I have play tested the Bark Gold version, and while it's very consistent, I'm not really a fan of it. I believe that deck is something completely different. Like, I would rather play that like a Premium Soul Saver build. But again, if some of you want to see that deck more often, if you want to see that deck played a little more, and you want to see it in videos, let us know in the comments section, and we'll definitely fix that up so that way we can do that. Well, with that being said, this is Renku signing out, and we will see you again with some more deck profiles. The next one coming up is going to be a standard deck. So, have fun, guys.